Yo guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are watching Cam Ward's full pro day. We're not going to be watching all of it, but I'm a Giants fan and we really need a quarterback. Me and my brother been arguing about this who we should get, Shador or Cam Ward, and I'm personally saying Shador, but I feel like Cam Ward is going to go like super fast, but I don't know. Cam Ward is potentially the first pick. So, I don't know. We're going to have to see. But we need a quarterback. The Giants need a quarterback. And Shador already wants to go. So, that's making our job easier. But, all right, let's watch this video.
Never done this before.
I mean, he looks like he's just ready to go out there, just relax
And here we go.
Favorite nonchalant quarterback.
Almost. Yeah, over 18,000 passing yards.
Darn.
Well, remember, you got to go all the way back to post-COVID year. He played in the spring in 21 and in the fall in 21. There we go. Going to start it off with some of those quick routes that Cam Wolfe was telling us about a little bit. And there we go. In 21 and in the fall in 21. There we go. Going to start it off with some of those quick routes that Cam Wolfe was telling us about a little bit. And again, DJ, especially you, this ball comes out of his hands quickly and with authority.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting early on, though. You see kind of under center, then in the gun. He's taking kind of, it's not like a firm drop in this situation. He's taking a 5 and a 7 here. He's just kind of, this is more like just kind of loosening your arm up a little bit than anything you'd be paying attention to from a footwork standpoint. You don't really see a quick 7 from the gun throwing a hitch, so it's kind of to loosen up a little bit.
No, I just think immediately the thing that shows off is how the ball just jumps off his hand, how easy it is. We talk about easy throwers and guys that don't have to strain a lot to push it. It's very easy for him.
In terms of the athleticism, and we mentioned Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, like where would you put Cam? More of an escape artist than a design QB run type of situation.
Yeah, I think he's more strong and elusive. Just like subtle athleticism, to use kind of an oxymoron there. But you're not going to see him ripping off 50, 60-yard runs. That's not really what he does. But he can make you miss in a short area, and he can go get those free yards if you're going to give them to him.
I think it's a tool that's in the toolbox that he'll use if necessary. But he wants to win from the pocket. He wants to deal. He wants to throw it all over the yard. He is a gunslinger at heart, and it shows up in his play.
Yeah, and I think anytime you flip it on and you want to see him, try to get out of trouble if the pocket's breaking down, he does feel like he is always looking to throw it. Even when he's on the move out there, and has made some big plays in his career on the move, improvisational, and on design rollouts. I mean, he can definitely let it rip that way. Talking about maybe seeing some of those timing throws a little bit. Baldy was kind of having his eye on that there. His center, Zach Carpenter, transferred into Miami also this year.
There he is under center.
Yep.
Yeah, again, there's kind of just throwing.
Yeah.
This is like pat and goes you would have before a game would start, just kind of laying some go balls up there.
Warming up.
It's just kind of, it is a little interesting to me, Buck, because normally they want everything with footwork to be precise and crisp. And it's, hey, if the ball's coming up early, we're taking 3 steps, we're getting this much depth. We're taking 5 steps, we're getting this much depth.
This
is kind of a very leisurely, from a footwork standpoint. Again,
the throws are getting better and better.
It's like layup lines.
Yeah. It might also be part of the script, right? The early part wanted to just kind of
loosen up a little bit.
Loosen it up a little bit more. Get the receivers a chance to loosen it up too.
Yeah, you may take the 3-step layup like the Maryland kid did last night, just to kind of get loose.
Wow.
It was the
no travel or travel?
Plus. It was the Euro Step Plus.
Okay.
That's all. That's what Cam Ward is doing.
Yeah.
He's taking extra steps to get it going.
They are moving the line of scrimmage quite a bit here in this.
I think they're doing that to help the receivers out a little bit too, so they
give a little break,
run back to the line. And they got a bunch of wideouts, so they've got options there. That should give them at least a little bit of a rest.
See, I like his play style. I like his play style, right? it's just a little tricky because I don't know how he would, because I don't know how he would play inside the Giants online. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how he do under that pressure. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
Down there on that little bio blast bottom right corner on Cam, you see he's your 10th ranked player, but obviously you've got a mock going number 1. When you see that disparity, that's the quarterback position, right?
That's not an overpay.
Right.
If you need a quarterback and you have one with a grade that puts him in the top 10, it's not a reach to pull the trigger there at the very top of the draft.
It's good to see the ball in the air, though.
Yeah, and receivers are at, I would say 50%.
Yeah.
50, they're just
Look, pat and go.
Yeah, this is the warm-up portion of the program.
Now, did y'all call it pat and go? Because I've been places where they called it Baltimore.
No, we called it pat and go.
Pat and go.
Okay,
Yeah, Riverside a couple of times.
Riverside flipping a little bit.
Middle open, middle closed.
They're sure. And where do you feel like he is at his best? Like when you watch Cam, what kind of throws do you feel like really light it up?
I like watching him drive the ball on in breakers.
Yeah.
To me, I think he's really, really comfortable. There's some young quarterbacks, and you got to remind yourself this guy has played so much football.
Yes.
But some younger guys or inexperienced players at that position are a little reluctant to work what I call the muddy part of the field, working in between the hashes in the middle of the field. He's very confident, very comfortable of letting it rip in that portion of the field.
Here we go. All right, we just had a little huddle breakdown. Bring it in, focus up, and now we'll really turn it on. See what that footwork looks like in comparison to what we there. That's a bit more like it, right?
Now we're throwing slants, three-step.
Right on the face mask.
Yep. I love watching him on those RPO throws, man. That ball comes out.
There
it is.
There's the hands.
And then you also saw the sidearm delivery. Yeah. But that is the transition we talked about, the shortstop.
God, he got quick hands, man.
Really does. So give us a sense of how that comes into play, right, in the landscape of an NFL game and an NFL play.
You want to get the ball in your playmaker's hands as fast as possible. As soon as you make that decision, I'm pulling the ball, I'm not handing it off, how quickly can you transition to get the ball out? Because every delay you're getting him the ball closes distance with the defender. So as soon as I get that on him, that's why with Tua, we talked about him being like a blackjack dealer, how quick his hands were. With the RPO game.
Everything minus the
you
best.
see them run a lot of that stuff in Miami.
And we're impacted. David Cutcliffe came on Move the 6 years ago, and he talked about how at quarterback he wants someone who has middle infielder hands. And when you look at Cam deliver, you do see the exchange, the ability to turn two and do all those things. It just leads you to believe that the RPO game, he can just terrorize people doing that at the next level.
Yeah, I also find that, we've done, you guys and I, we've done these pro days for almost 10 years now. And I think it's also really interesting to note like the different atmospheres, the different environments that you go through as we get Cam starting to
nice
out right there.
I like
that. Was
that.
just a little warm-up session early on. There was no focus on the feet. Now you can see a concerted effort. He is crisp with what he's doing.
Brian Baldinger with us on the field. Baldy, what's it feel like in there watching Cam now that this thing has really kind of gotten going here? We're starting to get into the meat of this thing.
Well, I mean, the RPMs of the throws have picked up, I'll tell you that. There's no more layups, guys. This is, this is Full Metal Jacket here, but I just want DJ to look, as a former quarterback, he got a very pronounced right foot. It's way up. Even when he goes under center here, that foot is way up and the left foot's back. Like he rocks off that left foot from there to be able to throw that slant. But that slant comes out hot right there. That's a good-looking throw. You want to see these quarterbacks throw live. That's an impressive-looking arm on that quick slant.
Yeah, Baldy, it's a good point. It's taught differently, and you see the quarterbacks that play with a stagger and others that play more straight up. It's kind of a preference thing more than anything else. Some coaches are very, very strong in their opinion. Others want you to do what you're most comfortable with. But the most important thing is getting out of there.
Looking at some of the folks in attendance, we showed you a shot of Brian Callahan, Tennessee Titans head coach. Obviously, Titans owners are the #1 pick as it stands now. You've seen Joe Shane, general manager of the New York Giants, and in the end zone right there in the background. Also, you saw Mike Kafka, offensive coordinator there for the New York Giants. You get another one of those in breakers. I mean, it
jumps. It
Giants,
jumps. It's like that three-quarter delivery too.
Yeah.
Pick a quarterback. Don't pick
But like
tight
Bucky,
end or
if you're sitting there as a a coach and a GM, I mean, obviously you've seen probably almost every throw that he's made. You know, especially this last year at Miami on tape already. What are the most valuable pieces of these moments that you're getting to see in person?
I mean, really, it's just him checking off the boxes.
Yeah.
Just having the final opportunity in a dress rehearsal to see him look great. You talk about being able to hear the ball, feel the whiz, feel the power, the velocity is coming off his hands when you make those throws. Everything that we see him do, we've seen him do a million times on tape, though. So there's no surprises when it comes to the arm talent that he displays.
I like that.
I love that last one. I feel like you see that often. You know, if he's escaping out to the left side, bam, still makes a nice throw on the money, right on the sideline.
He has that ability to just kind of disconnect his upper body and his lower body, and then can generate a ton of whip and force. And again, people, because I feel like this is something that has to be said every time. You're overreacting to a parade. No, this is what this is. This is the driving range, everybody.
Yeah.
We're not playing a full 18 holes today. We're going to watch these guys at the driving range. We
There
want to see
we
how the
go.
ball comes out of their hand, what type of velocity they can generate. How accurate can you be? These are receivers you know. You've worked out with them. You've played with them. Timing and accuracy should show up in a workout setting like this.
I think about it in this capacity. First day of minicamp when he goes to his new team. All the veterans are out there, and they're looking for the young quarterback to see. If you put him out there, will the veterans be like, okay, we got one.
Yeah.
And when I'm looking at him throw, you can already sense that the old guy's going to look around and be like, oh, okay, we might have one. We got a chance just because of the talent. Just the sheer talent that you see him display makes you believe that he has high-end potential.
Brian Callahan, there you go, right side of your screen. Head coach of the Titans, first overall pick.
Well, he has the
But
type
he
of game
could
that
certainly
can translate
fill in
to
the
the
card
NFL.
that says Cam
right to
Ward,
it, huh?
a deep shot.
Ooh, I like that. He has to stop, but
You guys ended up seeing a couple of his receivers at the Shrine Bowl as well, right, Buck?
He did have a couple
Good
of guys out there. You know, they look a little different when they don't have Cam
Sam
Ward
Brown,
throwing the
Jacoby
ball,
George, yep.
but they were solid to it. I just think Cam Ward jumping in Miami as a one-year player, immediately season control over the leadership, and we understand what it is to be a legend down in Miami, but for him to jump in, being an outsider, and to take control, and for this team to have success responding to his leadership style, that also speaks volumes to him as a quarterback.
That's a good point. Yeah, here's Elijah Arroyo.
Now we got a little movement again.
I like that.
Left, throwing right, which is not something you're probably going to teach, but it's something you can show off when you've got that type of an arm.
Now, there's also some evidence on tape out there that can get him into a little bit of trouble.
Yes, some cross-body throws, the Cal game being the most notable, and then, of course, he leads back. And,
Right, the second half was incredible.
But that happened a few times on tape, and that's where
That's
there's
Neighbors right there.
aggressive and there's reckless. It's a fine line.
cut up together
and,
if he's on the
sometimes
Giants.
he drifts over that, but man, you don't want to take all that away.
You got to live with it. I mean, some guys are
I thought some of that
pure,
was the
some
problem
of
with
that's
Chicago last year. I thought they should have been more willing to live with some of the mistakes and encouraged a little more aggressiveness from Caleb instead of almost being paralyzed by, gosh, don't turn it over, don't make a mistake.
He did something that was unusual. 2 throws before that, he had his feet like flipped completely different. He had his left foot back, his right foot up.
He's had different stance and setup in a bunch of these.
Even from the gun, which is weird because he was so cocked to the side.
Brian Baldinger back here with us. Baldy, what have you noticed thus far?
Let's go.
Well, I mean, the release is elite, and he can really torque. It doesn't take much to generate real throwing speed
real power
from him. He doesn't have to step much into it. Like his lower body and upper body is so connected that the ball just, like, if he needs to really stick it, he can stick it. Like, let's just watch right here on this out route. Like, nice, smooth throw, right? Nice and easy right there. Allows George to win on his route, and then the ball is out before he comes out of his break. So we're looking at a timing route right there, a little short out. One of those throws that you make on 3rd and 5, try to keep the chains moving, 6-7 yard gain, keep the chains moving, but you need an accurate throw. Here's a little play action.
A nice over route.
Drop that one right in the bucket to Restrepo.
I
right
like
there.
that.
a nice throw.
Come on, Giants. Don't be dumb.
Turning his back to the defense like that.
Don't be dumb, Giants.
So he's working some of those type throws in right now.
I like
Red.
that. I like
But
that.
he's
I love
like he's
that.
been
I
working
love
on this
that.
this
That's what we
whole set
need.
now for a couple of months. But here he is.
Hey, we got like
Royal
Jameis
just
Winston.
on a comeback right there, right where he
To
needed
put
to
him
put
under his wing a
you
little
want
bit
the
or
defender on
something.
his upfield shoulder. You got to stick it. Royal comes back to the ball well.
A good backup veteran
Not hit the
quarterback.
ground much, which is obviously what you want to see here
Telling
on
you.
Pro Day.
Right here, Red.
The Giants.
Yeah, so
All we need is a good offense.
looks like we got the other tight end right here from a true wide position with a release a little.
McCormick. Yep.
Okay, just a hook up
Spot
over
route.
the middle. All right, reading the zone look right there, just hooking it up. Sticking it between the linebackers. We see that quite frequently. So we're seeing some routes right here, guys, that that you would throw against the zone, and some that you would go up against sticky man coverage. That's the first
Yeah,
miss.
first miss. Yep.
Whether that was first miss. So I don't know if that was on the receiver, but that ball.
No, that was on
a
him.
little
He
short.
threw that
They're gonna
straight to the
redo it right here. Not happy with that result, so coming right back to the same play. There's your
There we
speed
go.
out right there. I'd like to see that a little bit more out front than where that was, thinking the defender's on the inside right there. So put that a little bit more on the outside is where you really want
Come
that
on,
location.
Giants. Don't be picky.
The ball that he missed got
Don't
loose
be
too, and
picky.
that's something
Don't
you
be
don't
picky.
see often when you're watching him. He throws a tight ball. He can really spin it. That one just came out a little awkward and got loose on him.
Shout out his center, yo.
Right. Cam Ward working his way through this
Yo, what's wrong with his
Pro Day
face?
throwing session script.
throw that at his face
He
by
and his
accident?
quarterback trainer and his
I'm not
receivers and
tripping.
tight ends have
My
working
fault
on
if
and put
it's like
together
a
here.
disorder,
Didn't see
but-
Cam throw it at the combine, so again,
look
first
like he
time
got
we've got the
rocked.
chance to see him since playing the first half of the Pop-Tarts Bowl for Miami back on December 28th. Didn't play in the second half. Haven't really seen any of the Martinez throws out of the backfield, I don't think either.
I have not.
Oh, here's one. Nice
Ooh, he
corner.
loose.
Start.
Beat.
Yeah.
Now, one of the
Put a little
things
too
if
much
you're looking
power
at this workout, you can see too, he is more comfortable letting guys come out, see it, and rip it. In terms of anticipation,
Especially-
that's
he
one thing
overpowered,
with if you're stacking the quarterbacks up, Shador would get a mark in his favor with just the anticipation side of it.
Here we go. I got a Restrepo out of the backfield. Run a little angle route.
Nice, nice.
Incredibly productive career at Miami for Restrepo. 1,000 yards each of the last 2 seasons. Again, breaking Santana Moss's career receiving yardage record.
Come on, Reggie, where you at? Where you at on that list? That's Kafka in the background back there.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a good pro day stop to be at. You know, down to South Florida in April. Late March, kind of good spring break time, you know?
His
Play
feet are
action.
quick.
I've seen enough. I've seen enough. I've seen enough. I've seen enough. Giants, draft him. Draft him. If you don't draft him, if he's still on the board, we all. Oh my gosh. I've seen enough. Giants, if you don't take him, if you don't take that man, if you don't. I don't know what's going through your head, man. It's multiple of y'all there. Y'all obviously need them. Y'all know y'all want them. Y'all know y'all want them. Giants, y'all know y'all want them. Stop capping, bro. Y'all know y'all want them. Y'all know y'all do. Y'all know y'all do. Because we need him. We need him. I've seen enough. Draft that man. If you don't draft him, know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go down to the facility, do some brain surgery on your GM while everyone is watching. Because there's seriously something going on up there. Why y'all and draft him while he's still on the board? And you're going to draft like a a tight end or like a safety or like something, some bullcrap. Instead of getting what we really need, a quarterback. All right, see y'all guys later, man. See y'all guys later. Like and comment on the video to boost that algorithm. Boost the algorithm. Come on, guys, you got me. And subscribe. See y'all later on the next video. Hold on, I ain't clicked the button.